Hi everybody, welcome back to Midlife Travel Tales. We're Dane and Cindy. We're traveling around Southeast Asia on a long-term travel, and we're back home in South Africa for a few weeks. Just my mom passed away, and if you want to find out more about that as well, you can watch our video Bump in the Road.
Yeah, so we are here today to share with you some of the tips that we learned while spending a month in Koh Samui.
So let's go ahead. It was an interesting month. We learned lots. We figured out we could live on our budget. We learned lots about Thailand, and we can't wait to be back. We're back in about 2 weeks. We're back in Bangkok and then up to Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai.
All right, so let's get into it. So the first thing, number one, is parking. So we've learned, we had a car that we had hired, and we learned that you can't just park wherever you feel like it.
Believe it or not.
So you park where on the pavement you'll see black and white stripes. That's apparently where you can park. If you see red and white stripes, you can't park there. And don't park where it's motorbike and scooter parking either, because you could get fined there. So make sure you look for the black and white stripes on the pavement before you park.
Yeah, the reason we had a car was there were four of us, so it was a lot easier just to get around than all on the motorbikes.
All right, number two, if you're going to hire a bike, a jet ski, a car, anything you're going to hire, very important, is to take some pictures of whatever you're hiring, just to cover yourself, and maybe even a video of the car or the bike, whatever, just to make sure that all the dents and scratches on it, you didn't make them yourself. So no one can blame you for any hassles with that.
Yeah, even if you're renting a property and you've got to put a deposit down, sometimes on long-term rentals you've got to put a deposit down. We recommend definitely taking photos and a video just to cover yourselves, because any excuse and the deposit will disappear.
Yeah, very important.
Also, with going and hiring a bike, they will ask for your passport or a huge deposit. So we handed in our passport reluctantly, but it is a done thing. We believe. At first we didn't believe it, but it is a done thing. So you got to hand in your passport, otherwise you've got to put about 5,000 baht down as a deposit.
Yeah. All right, number three is we found looking for restaurants a lot cheaper in the local sort of areas where the local people eat, rather than going into the touristy, more busy areas. It definitely is a lot cheaper to find sort of restaurants that are run by a Thai family, for example. Those little restaurants are really nice. We found some really good ones and very, very reasonable. We probably paid on average between 80 and 150 baht a meal, which I think is pretty good.
It's pretty reasonable, yeah. So and that's a good meal. That's a reasonable meal.
Number four. All right, this is one little thing that we learned for ourselves,
because remember, we're on a budget.
Yeah, very tight budget. So we found if you go out and you order a beer, it's going to be double the price. So what we decided to do is we would go to the local 7-Eleven or a little store nearby, buy our Chang or our Leo or our Sing beer.
And my favorite is Chang.
Yeah.
That's just my personal
favorite.
favorite.
My favorite was, which one was it? Sing.
You like Singer.
Sing, yeah.
Singer.
And so we'd sit on our little stoop and we would have our beer before we go out to dinner. So that literally saved us half the price of what it would have cost if we ordered a beer going out. And we just drink water then with our meal.
Yeah, if you are quite a heavy drinker, Thailand can be quite expensive, and so thank goodness we're not too big on the alcohol, but we enjoy our glass before we go out or in the evening.
All right, the next one is when you're out to eat, don't expect all your food to come at the same time.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we were like, one plate of food would come out at a time, and we'd sit there and wait about 5-10 minutes before the next person's meal would come out. So that's kind of standard wherever we went. One meal would come, and then when the next one was ready, then the next meal would come.
Yeah, so it's definitely not Western.
No.
It's definitely not all going to come at the same time. So you might as well just start eating, otherwise your food's going to get cold.
Yeah.
Okay, another little lesson learned.
Another one is your bank charges. So I'm sure a lot of you probably know this, but is to draw the most cash that you can at one time, because you're going to be charged 220 baht for every time you draw cash. So you need to draw the maximum amount that you can. I think that's really important. I also discovered our bank back home charges us also a huge amount for drawing cash each time. So I'm actually looking at some other options before we go back now, at trying to reduce those bank
costs.
fees. Yeah. So just also check what your bank is going to charge you.
Yeah, so it's not just what the ATM's charging, it's what your bank back home charges you as well.
Okay, laundry.
Yeah, our favorite thing, laundry. So if you go to a laundry, it's about 30 to 40 baht for a load if you do it yourself. As you saw in one of our previous videos, we've got the line that we put up, the little portable line, and we take that with us, so we dry it ourselves. But we discovered that if you hand it in at the
hotel or wherever you're staying, 340 baht, because they charge per kg.
Yeah.
So it's 50 or 60 baht per kg to do your washing. All right, given they do iron it and dry it and everything for you, but still, it cost us. We did one load at a hotel. It cost us 340 baht.
We got quite a fright because the other time it'd be 30 baht. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big one. Rather do your own washing. It'll save you a lot of money.
Okay, number 7.
Number 8.
Number 8. Sorry.
Water.
Yeah.
So we decided to buy a 5-liter water, and before we'd go out on a day's excursion, we'd decant the water into our smaller bottles and take that with us. Otherwise, you're going to be buying small bottles of water wherever you are, and that adds up quickly.
Yeah, so these might seem small things, but we're giving tips on budget travel. So everything you save can be spent on something else that you really enjoy, and so it's quite handy.
Yeah, if you add it all up, there's a lot of savings there.
We did learn some other stuff as well. We had some medical and optometrist costs. So Cindy will tell you about that.
Yeah, so I was battling with my eyes. Needed to get some new glasses.
She was getting headaches.
Yeah. So we thought, okay, someone recommended an optometrist in Koh Samui for us, and we went along there, and they took me right in, did the test, and the glasses, with the test and the glasses, it was just reading glasses that I needed. To have them made up was 2,750 baht, which is actually a lot cheaper than what we would pay back home. So they're basic reading glasses. Also, if the frames are in stock, you literally can get your glasses the next day or two.
Fantastic service there.
Very good. Otherwise, we waited a week. They didn't have the ones, the frames that I wanted, so we waited a week, which was also, I thought, very, very quick.
And it's literally half the price of what it would cost us in South Africa to get some glasses. And then Cindy also was in quite a bit of pain. She pulled a muscle while diving. We still don't know how she did it, but we went to the doctor.
Yeah, I was in agony. It was a bicep muscle, and I literally was walking around with my arm hanging. I couldn't move it. I was in so much pain for about 2 or 3 nights. So eventually, my husband here said, "That's it. You're going to see the doctor."
I was carrying all the luggage. I was doing all the work, so it was time to get it fixed.
So again, we had a recommendation for a clinic in Koh Samui, and we booked an appointment. We arrived there, and we were pretty much on time.
Yeah, at a clinic.
At a clinic
that was recommended to us.
They took me through, took my blood pressure, and then waited probably about 10 minutes. Then the doctor came to see me, and almost immediately knew what was wrong with me, because I'd gone for a massage the day after. I'd hurt my arm, and it sounded like that was quite a common problem that she faced with tourists.
Yeah, so just something we learned there is if you've hurt yourself, don't go for a Thai massage.
You could make it worse.
You literally make it worse.
Yeah. So she gave me 2 intravenous injections, some painkillers, some muscle relaxants, and some gel to rub on it.
And a lot of attention.
Yeah, I was very impressed. And that all cost us 2,170 baht.
Which is, in terms of medical back home here, also, is nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. And a very high level. So there were a lot of Westerners there, very clean, very organized, very authoritative, knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah, no, we were very impressed, definitely. So when we go back, at least our mind is at ease. What we've experienced so far is pretty good at the medical system there.
So that clinic is in Boput area. So you ever need it, I think it's called Boput Medical Clinic. It's very, very, very good. Yeah, so those are a few things we've learned while we've been away, just for the first part of our trip. But we hope you enjoyed the video. The channel is growing nicely. So we do invite you to like, to share, to subscribe, And yeah, please tell your friends about us, share to your pages, whatever you need to do. But yeah, have a lovely day and God bless.